Hi, my name is Beth, and you're listening to the Canna Fitness and Nutrition Podcast, where we are hanging out at the intersection of fitness, nutrition, and cannabis. Thank you so much for pressing play today. I'm excited to share with you some of my recommendations for using cannabis during the holidays, and we're going to get super specific today. But first, if you're new, welcome. I'm Beth, your personal trainer and cannabis educator. And if you're not new, thanks for coming back. I'm going to give you some practical tools today. We're going to talk about using cannabis at holiday parties and events, right? And I'm going to generalize and I'm going to give you my opinion. So if you don't like it, then that's fine. Something else might work completely different for you. And that's totally fine. In fact, I'm interested in that. I want to know what you like because we're all different. So it's kind of like sharing, like, when you go to an Italian restaurant, like, oh, hey, I like meatballs. Oh, cool. I like spaghetti. It's like that. It's like, ooh, oh, you like these gummies? Oh, okay. You know what? I like this flower combination. I like sour diesel for this, blah, blah. So anyway, we're going to talk about parties and events. What I like for parties and events is a balanced blend. And what I'm talking about is an equal amount of CBD and THC. Because I find going into events, whether it's your friends, family, coworkers, neighbors, whatever, it's like being completely stoned is almost too much, right? Because you're trying to figure out where you are in space and try to have a conversation with people that you actually care about and want to have a conversation, and that also know you when you're not stoned. So you want to be balanced, but I like to feel like myself, and having THC in there really helps me balance that out. So I like a balanced blend of CBD and THC. Now, I really like these gummies. The brand that's in New York is GRON. I don't know how to say it. And they make these things called pearls. And I have found two that I really like. One is a hybrid CBD THC equal ratio combo, so 1-to-1. And the other one is a 3-to-1 with CBG and THC. So again, what that means is when you have CBG or CBD in addition to THC, it's called the entourage effect. They work together magically to make things feel better. It's almost like when you thread your hands together, right? They just interlocks perfectly. That's how that works together. But they also help each other in important ways. And one of that important ways is that CBD reduces the high from your THC. So my point is, if you're going into a situation where you don't want to be completely stoned and you want to be more functional, able to have conversations, and actually chat with people you care about, and not just be, stuck looking at the clouds in the sky. A balanced blend, CBD brings down the high of the THC. So you're not super high. You're balanced. You feel good. You feel easy. You feel relaxed. You feel like you can chat and giggle and have a good time, but you're not completely gone. So you're not that person at the party. No one wants to be that drunk person that's falling on the floor, and no one wants to be that stoned person that's just sitting on the couch staring at the wall, right? So a balanced blend. I like these pearls by GRON. The brand Wild that we have here in New York too, WYLD, they make some cool gummies. I happen to like a 1-to-1 CBG THC combo. I don't find any of these gummies to be fatiguing. So that's another reason I don't want to start to get tired. If you're at an evening event with your friends, you don't necessarily want to be passing out. But another way to do it is to take some CBD flower and some THC flower and mix them together. Put them together in your vape, put them together in your joint. And that can be a fun one. A lot of pre-rolls I'm seeing at the dispensaries have ratios in them, 1-to-1. That is becoming more common. So that's something I would suggest for an event. As a replacement for alcohol, I mean, this could be at an event also, this will correspond, but just kind of in general, even if you're at home, I like a low dose THC. Again, for socializing and in a party situation or a drinking situation, you know that your drinking counterparts are going to be sipping multiple drinks over hours, right? So you kind of want to be doing the same thing, right? Sipping drinks, multiple drinks over multiple hours. So you need a low dose, right? Because that's going to give you the most balance effect, right? Because it's going to start to go through your digestive system. It's going to start to hit you in about 20 minutes or so, similar to alcohol. But you don't want a huge rush of THC all at once, because then you're going to be, again, sitting on the couch staring at the wall while your friends are all having conversation. You don't want to get yourself just so stoned that you can't function. You want to start to use it slowly, but little amounts. And the drinks that they make are often sold in low doses. However, I do see them in high doses, and I don't love that, because unless you're going to drink that one super, super slowly, if you slam it because they taste good, then you're going to end up super stoned and staring at the wall while your friends are having a party. So, I like a low dose, the low dose drinks. The good news is, for now, you can still buy the low dose drinks online. And a lot of beverage centers carry them because they are under the legal limit for now. That's the rule that's changing next year, is that they want to get rid of all that. Basically, they don't like that you can buy those. So that's a different topic. So low dose, easy to find, right? And again, if you're not into the drinks, or you could take half of an edible, right? You could smoke just one puff instead of the normal however many. Maybe you normally just, use the whole joint or take the whole vape session. But what if you turned it on and turned it off after one puff, right? So lowering the dose, lowering the amount that you're taking. Half a dropper if you're a tincture person, right? So that way you can consume more over a period of time and maintain a more even buzz for you. Now, the third way that cannabis is going to help you this season that I want to mention is to unwind and sleep tight. So this is, you're exhausted. This season is like you have more social plans than ever, probably, because everyone's having a get together and cookie swaps, and you're staying up late trying to wrap presents and bake cookies and do all those things. So you're tired, right? You want to make sure you sleep good. And I know a lot of people, it is not uncommon to have trouble falling asleep. It is also not uncommon to have trouble staying asleep. So after these full days of celebrations, shopping, wrapping, being with the family, you want something to take the edge off and help you sleep away the stress. This is where THC comes in handy. You want that THC to help you relax, unwind your mind, unwind your body, and put you to sleep. So this is where you don't need to be as careful with the low dose. Let me say, if you're experienced, that's what I'm saying. If you're brand new, you're always starting with a low dose. All right, let me just be clear. But you want THC. So I have some gummies that with me that are, again, this Wild brand, WYLD. They just have a lot of choices, and they have a sour cherry that's just 10 milligrams of THC. That's it. That's all it is, right? Which is super simple, but that would be a great evening one because there's no CBD, so it's not going to balance you. It's not going to bring down your high. You can take as many as you want, of course, and you can get to whatever high you want, but it's going to knock you out. Right? It's going to knock you out. It's just going to put you to sleep. This other one that they have too, this is an elderberry one. This one is 2-to-1 THC to CBN. Now, CBN is this different cannabinoid. It's considered, I believe we consider it a minor cannabinoid. And it's been shown to only be sedating and to only be sleep promoting. So anytime you see CBN in a combination with your THC, and you want to sleep, that's what you want. You want the CBN. So take that one. That means it's been formulated for sleep. you need to know that THC helps you fall asleep and CBD helps you stay asleep. So if staying asleep is actually a problem, then you want to make sure that you include some CBD in whatever you're taking, right? A lot of times you might as well just take a combination of THC and CBD because one helps you fall asleep and the other will help you stay asleep. If you only need help staying asleep and not falling asleep, then you could probably get away with just taking CBD. That's it. Don't waste your money on THC if you're not gonna be awake to enjoy it, right? Just use the CBD. And therefore, if you don't need help staying asleep, you just need something to knock you out, then you just go for straight THC if you want. That's fine. Those are my recommendations. Based on the science of it, how it helps my clients, and some like actual scenarios that I thought would be super helpful this time of year. So I hope that that's helpful. I hope that that wasn't too overwhelming or confusing. Always feel free to reach out for clarification or for personalized, or if you don't live in New York, I can look for comparable products where you do live, or give you the direction to find what we're talking about here. So email me. It's beth@cannafitnessnutrition.com. I hang out mostly on Instagram, where I am Beth_CannaFitnessNutrition. And please reach out and let me know if you have questions or need clarification on any of those, or if you'd like help. But also let me know what you're using, because maybe you have a favorite drink that you use for instead of alcohol, or a go-to combo that works for you for parties. Let me know. I'm always curious as to what is going on, so just let me know. Okay. Thank you so much for listening, and I will see you next time.